Well, hello everybody. This is Dr. Troy Dukowitz of the Commit and Go podcast, where we encourage you to make big commitments, take big action to create big-ass results in your life and business. Today's topic is this: are you setting time limits? So a few weeks ago, I put myself up for a challenge. Basically what I was realizing is that some of the stuff I was working on, if I were to tighten up the time frames that I was working on projects, then I believed I could get more done in less time. Now, this might be a duh moment for some of you because you go, well, yeah, exactly, dude. If you shorten up a time frame and you work on stuff and you become more efficient, you're going to get more done in less time. But the thing is that what you don't know about me is I am a scheduler, man. I schedule everything. I sit down, I look at every single Sunday, I look at my week, I project time that it's going to take for me to work on specific projects. Those specific projects are meant to propel me towards the goals that I have, so they are needle movers. I am working on things that are going to move the needle and helping me to accomplish my goals and targets that I have over a 90-day period of time. I'm very, very efficient. However, the beauty of me, yes, I'm honking my own horn here, the beauty of me is I'm constantly looking for time hacks. I'm constantly looking for ways to be even more efficient with my schedule because greater efficiency is going to equal greater productivity. I'm going to produce more. I'm going to get more done in those time periods. And if I'm working on things that are truly important to me, then I'm going to produce in those areas, whether it's a relationship, whether it's my health, whether it's my business, anywhere that you look at. So I'm basically sitting down and I had to finish up. It was a day of just non-productivity, meaning that I had a lot of distractions going on. If you've listened to any of the podcasts over the course of the last 6 weeks, you know that there's been some distractions around my home with a landscaper running into a sewage line. You're like, oh shit, dude, are you still talking about that? I'm just bringing it up because it was around that time period that I said, okay, I have lost almost an entire day of work. And as you know, I like to ask a simple question. What's a win here? What's going to help me to get a win? But I also wanted to identify what if. What if I were to go ahead and in this last part of my day, I was to take these projects that I needed to work on today, and I set a strict time limit. Not the 30-minute slot or the hour slot that I was giving myself to get projects and work done. What if I were to set a specific time limit that was very short on time? Could I get these projects done that I think are supposed to take me 40, 50, or 60 minutes? So I was literally going down to about a 20 to 25 minute time frame, saying, okay, you got 20 minutes, get it done. And then I would get it done. And then I set another one for my next project, 20 minutes, and I got it done. The next thing I knew, everything that I had scheduled for the day, I got done in about a good, I would say probably in about an hour and a half, something that I was projecting was going to take me much longer. Now, to the untrained ear, or even to the trained ear, you might be sitting there right now going, dude, obviously you're not very efficient with your scheduling, which is not true. It couldn't be further from the truth. I would put the amount of productivity that I have every single day of the week up against anyone out there. But what I was finding is that because I was giving myself the time, I was using it. I want you to think about that statement. Because I was giving myself the time, I was using it. There was no sense of urgency to get the project done in a shorter amount of time because I gave myself extra time in what I thought was going to be the amount of time I needed. There's a lot of time in there. I hope that doesn't confuse you. I was giving myself extra time. I didn't realize it because I was getting the work done, but I was giving myself, and the reality of it became that I was giving myself more time than I needed, but I didn't know that it was giving myself more time than I needed because I was getting the project done and then I'd work on something else. But then when I put my back against the wall, a self-imposed sense of urgency. I got to get this done. I got to end the day productive. I need more than one win in this scenario. I need many wins. And so it's a matter of sitting down and saying, I am going to give myself a strict time limit. This has to be done in this time limit. And sure as shit, I got it done. And so I did it again. And then I did it again. And then I shared it. This came up on a coaching call today. That literally a client says to me, like, I went ahead and I gave myself time limits over the course of the last week. And I'm getting more done. Because he gave himself a self-imposed time limit to finish the tasks. And I got to thinking about this because it's happened to me in working out, it's happened to me in meditation, it's happened to me in other areas of my life where I realized, like, man, if you want to be really efficient and you want to be effective, then maybe there are other areas we need to be doing this. For example, working out. How many times does a workout take you 45 minutes to an hour when in reality it only needed to take 25 or 30? How many times does that meditation, like you're sitting there and you believe you're meditating for 20 minutes, but in reality you were so out of focus, you truly only got 10 minutes of meditation. And so maybe I would have been better having 2 10-minute sessions today instead of 1 20-minute session. Maybe I would have been more productive, which I do like to meditate twice a day. I get tremendous power from it. And so you realize you go into your work and you go in, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, right? You go into work and you start to realize like, wow, if I were putting more of a sense of urgency on myself for the tasks that needed to get done, I would spend less time on Facebook and Instagram. I would spend less time on my phone. I would spend less time on phone calls that are taking 30 minutes when they really only needed to take 10. So my question for you today becomes this. Where in your life could you benefit from self-imposed time limits? I want you to think, I don't want you to jump on an answer right here. Some of you might have it already, and that's okay, but I want you to think about this. Where in your life could you benefit from self-imposed time limits? I know everybody in the world could benefit from self-imposed time limits on this thing called Facebook and on this thing called Instagram. Everybody could benefit from self-imposed time limits there. You allow yourself X amount of time over the course of a day or a week, and you're good to go. That's why I love the iPhone right now, because it actually has a tracker and it tells me at the end of the week how many times I picked up my phone this week. It tells me how long I was on social media. It tells me how long I was in productivity mode. It tells me how long I was texting. It tells me how long I was looking at pictures. You name it, it's telling me. So I can literally look at the end of the week and I have a metrics by which to check in with myself and was I being efficient with this thing called my cell phone and how I use it for business and any other interactions. So where in your life could you benefit from a self-imposed time limit? Pick one area. I'm not asking you to pick 10. I'm not asking you to go into the deep end. I'm saying pick one area and focus on that one area of a self-imposed time limit over the course of the next week. 1 week, 7 days, self-imposed time limit. Some of you are going to pick working out. It's the easy one. You go, you know what? I realize I go to the gym. I'm talking to too many people. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to go in. I'm going to get the work done and get out. You do that. You cut your workout in half. More effective, better workout, better results. Some of you, it is social media. I don't know where it is for everybody, but what I do know is that if you look across the board in body, being, balance, and business, you can pick one area where you can focus on a self-imposed time limit over the course of the next 7 days, and I guarantee you're going to see results. More productivity, more energy, better focus, and even better creativity as a result of rolling in, getting the work done, and getting out and moving on to the next project at hand. So that's all I've got for you here today, folks. Hey, if you haven't already, you know what I'm going to ask? I'd greatly appreciate it if you'd head on over to Commit and Go on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher, and just rate, subscribe, and or review this podcast. And as always, head on over to commitandgo.com where you can get my time mastery program. Ironically enough, here we're talking about time today and putting self-imposed limits on yourself in terms of time. Head on over there. You're going to get my time mastery program absolutely free. You just have to log in. It'll give you a link, and then you can go ahead and go through this course. That's all I've got for you here today. I am Dr. Troy Dukowitz. This has been the Commit and Go podcast, where we encourage you to make big commitments, take big action, and create big-ass results in your life and business. We'll hear you next time.